My job title is I'm a specialist mentor to students with Asperger's syndrome. We help sort of integrate them into the university systems. It's obviously quite a big transition. So we're here to help them on a practical basis, but also with the academics as well.
Although you're regarded as an expert in your field, you have to start from fresh because there is this new person. All I know about him is that he's been diagnosed with Asperger's and he's got a report this thick that I read.
With students coming to university with Asperger's syndrome, there are so many things that are going on for them. There's going to be high levels of anxiety, worry, it's an incredibly daunting thing to do.
But what we need to do, even if we see each other once a fortnight, is to have contact, to be able to be reactive and to try to anticipate some of the triggers. So those issues are very complex and they take time to cover with the student. And, you know, it's all about building up the student's confidence and to keep their level of anxiety at a manageable level so that they can then start to see what needs to be done, how they need to manage their life as a student of any university.
One of the techniques that I use across all of my students, actually, something that I call a zoom in and zoom out timetable. I've created a timetable that gives an hour-by-hour account of each day for a week. And then we'll plan in their lectures and their tutorials and their meetings with friends and dinners and all their eating times and so on. And then I have a zoom out one, which is a timetable over a couple of months. It doesn't have an hour-by-hour account of the day, it's just got each day for the next few months. That means we can then plan ahead. We can kind of keep our weekly and monthly goals intact and keep adapting them as the students' needs changes.
People on the outside tend to think that people with AS come across as rude, aloof, very rigid in their behaviour, huge levels of anxiety, cannot look people in the eye, which, you know, to a degree is true. When a student has had support that they can come out the other end, you know, wonderful people who do not understand the concept of lying, people who have fantastic concentration and focus on things. And then I think this is all about creating an awareness, is that for people to understand that the positive aspects of people with Asperger's outweigh the negative aspects.
It's really important that not only are the students aware of what's going on with their diagnosis and what they might be struggling with, but it's so very important that people within the institutions have an idea of what these students might be struggling with. And as part of my role, I have been to many conferences and I provide many seminars and workshop days where we'll go around to different parts of the university, just raising awareness.
I think I've only had one instance where a student had difficulty dealing with it, but through working through with issues, and I would say to him, look, there's a lot of wonderful stuff that you can read on the internet through the Autistic Society, written by people like you. So go and get to know the others who have had the same reaction and to see, well, actually, okay, the initial response was, oh my God, I'm really sick. No, you're not. Yeah? To turning around saying, actually, this is great. Now I understand much better what was happening to me at school, but also a lot of the aspects of AS I really like. So more often than not, I say, I really like my Asperger's. Thank you very much. Yeah? As long as I can learn how to deal with all these issues that are difficult, then that's great. Yeah. And I think that's wonderful.